Brutus finally gets his own episode. Show you, we'll go over all the stuff I did today. I'll show you how I did some of it. And might even go out back and let you see it actually doing its job. Maybe. Still got turf tires on it, and we've had quite a bit of rain, so I'm not quite sure how far Brutus is going to get. So in the process of giving up cigarettes, I made an odd discovery about myself. I've always known for years that I have ADHD, but I've only recently discovered just how flippin' hyperactive I am. So I'm on day 5 now without a cigarette, and I figured out that the trick to not smoking is to keep my hands busy. So I have spent the last 2 days modding the unholy hell out of my Craftsman utility tractor. I call it Brutus. So I'll show you the new improvements, goodies, whatever you want to call it. So we'll start over here with just a basic repair. The starter went out. So, new one off Amazon, 40 bucks. And one of the problems that I always had was having the stuff that I needed with me whenever I'm trying to do something. Like, for example, yesterday I was doing something for Grandma Landlady, and I kept having to run back and forth to my workbench over there for wrenches, because no matter what I did, I couldn't get the right one. So that led to this. If anybody knows a way to get the lids to stay on these Harbor Freight 50 cal ammo cans, it'd be great if you could, tell me in the comments. Anyway, that gave me someplace to carry a few tools. Okay. Another problem that I would always have is I have big feet. Getting on and off of this thing with the factory floorboards, especially when my feet were muddy, could be kind of treacherous sometimes. So now the floorboards are about an inch wider on both sides and diamond tread aluminum. And since I had more aluminum, I now have a flatbed to carry chainsaws, trimmers, whatever I need. And I use my wheel chocks for winching to kind of make a little cradle for my trimmers. And the bed hinges up for access to the fuel fill. I have to use a funnel now, but that's really not a big deal. And one of these days, if I get a wild hair up my butt and get the grinder out, I can probably eliminate the need for the funnel. Even got a handle out of a 97 Ford Explorer, but it's something to grab a hold of. No locking mechanism needed, because you put the seat down and everything stays in place, even loaded. This morning when I got home from town, I stacked 3 40-pound bags of rock salt on there. About 120 pounds. And it stayed on there all the way to where I wanted to take it. I also found a little bracket and got my winch controls actually mounted where they're easy to get to from the seat or standing next to the machine, and not bouncing around under the seat anymore. Everything else is still here, you know. Still got the 2,000-pound Badlands winch under there. And I'm still wondering whether or not I mounted the darn thing upside down. Still got my 1 7/8" trailer ball. And I got another goodie that I made for Brutus. Little device to make moving stuff around a little easier since my shoulder surgery, and hopefully helps fix so that I don't have to have shoulder surgery again anytime soon. Knock wood. But I'll save that for the first wood cutting video of this year. Here's a hint. And to power all this, it doesn't use a garden tractor battery anymore. It uses a marine deep cycle starting battery. Getting that in there was actually surprisingly easy. All I had to do was take the plastic tray out and kind of relocate the starter solenoid a little bit. Really wasn't a big deal at all, and probably one of the nicer things I've done for myself, because this thing, as long as it doesn't eat the starter, it starts every time. And to keep that battery topped off when it's parked for a while, I got this little guy. It's just a 4-pin trailer plug that the first 2 pins are connected directly to my battery. This is a pigtail coming from the charge controller for the Harbor Freight solar panels that I have set up outside here. And I just plug it in like so when I park the tractor. And then we'll walk over here and boom. Well, the thingy for my Bluetooth speaker's in the way, but boom, boom, focus, damn you. There. Tractor battery is charging. For now, until I can come up with a spare deep cycle battery to stick over there, that controller unit and the solar panels just kind of sit and hang out when the tractor's not in here. But the cool thing about those older style Harbor Freight panels is not being hooked up to anything doesn't hurt them. One of these days we'll probably do a quick little video about putting some lights in here that will of course run off of a battery charged by that. Wow, it is really dark in that corner. That charge controller and them solar panels. I was perfectly content to just leave this next sequence alone and let y'all watch me work and groove out. Kind of give you a little bit of idea what it's like in my shop when it's just me and I'm enjoying my day tinkering with stuff. But Katie insisted that everything coming up needs a little bit of context. So while I fight with this drill index to get it open, this is pretty much just how I mounted the ammo cans on the sides of the hood, and a little bit of just some general fix-it stuff, you know. A rare treat for you. You actually get to watch me, like, actually build something without having to listen to me rattle on like a weirdo. Yeah. Good tunes going too, if YouTube doesn't freak out and remove them. Kind of curious about that one, to be completely honest. Well, looks like I got the index open, so let's get to it. the number one. I'll never do it.
Ain't it funny? Ain't it strange? The way a man's opinions change. When he starts to face that lonely night. All the girls all get prettier, including mine. Girls all get prettier, including mine. When the change starts taking place, it puts a glove on the fallen angels
With a backstreet boys.
Some odd years ago, a young man came to Memphis, asking about a rose that used to blossom in his world. People never took the time to mind the young man's questions, until one day they heard him ask a little green-eyed girl.
What's your mama's name?
What's your mama's name, John?
really know you by name and treat you like family. That's a good word and a handshake are all you need. Folks know if they're falling on hard times, they can fall back home. Those of us raised up down home. Folks know if they're falling on hard times, they can fall back home. Those of us raised up down home, where they know you by name and treat you like family. Down home, a man's good word.
So I'm going to go in and break in for just a second here, give you and tell you what I'm actually up to. So the ammo cans are just held onto the sides of the hood with 1/4-inch nuts and bolts. It's good solid body metal. So I just went ahead and drilled straight through it. I might need to throw some bar stock in there down the road to reinforce it. What I'm doing here is I'm taking my measurements for my holes. I kept it simple. There's a rolled body line on the hood down towards the bottom. I just used that as my bottom alignment, measured up 5 inches from it, and then came 5 inches back from the hood to drill the first hole, and then drilled the other one 5 inches away from that, back towards the driver's seat. I'm just marking it with a steel scry, just scratching up the paint so I know where to drill. After I drill the holes, I'm going to come back to bolt everything together. And to get everything lined up, I just work off of the bottom corner of the curve where it swoops up as it comes towards the bench. Figured I'd throw this in here in case somebody watching decides to do this mod.
They understand. I think I can live with that. Nice. You're pretty tough for a cheap camera.
So, in the process of this little bit here, I actually screwed up and something kind of funny happened. I'm not going to spoil anything here, but if you go down in the description, you'll find a link to my Patreon page. If you head over there, you can have a 7-day free trial. Membership's only $3 a month, and it's where I put all my goofy screw ups that I'm kind of too embarrassed to put on the YouTube channel because they make me look like an idiot. I'm not actually an idiot. Believe it or not, I really do know what I'm doing most of the time.
What the hell was that shit?
And you told Daddy he better get smart, get rid of this fella, and make him this.
Okay, so it's not as good as an ATV, at least not right now. But I am planning on getting more aggressive tires for it. And the main thing here is I've got everything I need for what I got to do out here. I got my trimmer, chainsaw, grass head just in case, brush wheel. Then up here in these cans, spare battery and vice grip mount for the camera in that one. Oh wow, it is really wet up here. And rigging, some wrenches, and a pair of vice grips in that one. Well, now the big question we got to answer is, can I get it out of this mud hole without having to figure out something to hook the winch to? Well, I'll start here. This is why the seat safety is disabled. Maybe without my big butt sitting on it, it can just walk out. Look at that. Hell, I probably could have gone the rest of the way up in there this way if I really wanted to. I'm still fearing. That is really squishy. See if I can get it turned around. Oh, too slow. Well, I should be able to drive it out from here. Little muddy. Well, there you are. I mean, it's huh. Tractor wasn't the only thing that got muddy. Maybe I need to extend my fenders out a little. Now, this is obviously not the only way to haul your tools around while you're doing chores on your property, okay? An ATV would work just as good, actually, probably better, especially if it was four-wheel drive. But the cool thing about Brutus being one of these older model Craftsman GT series garden tractors is the rear wheels are the same size as the rear wheels on most ATVs. So I can actually put big old knobby ass ATV tires or even a more traditional lugged tractor tire on the back end. That's actually a plan in the future. But it got me and all my stuff a lot closer to where I needed to work, than a lot faster than if I had to pack everything out there an armload at a time. And because of that, whoopsie, crap. And because of that, the job's done, and I'm back in my shed putting stuff away. I mean, it saved time, and that's even more mud. Yeah, definitely need some bigger fenders. Yeah, it saves time. I've got everything I need with me when I'm out working, and yeah, I'd be lying if I didn't say it was kind of fun to put around on. Well, it is 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm hungry. So I'm going to go start editing all this together and have something to eat. I'll see y'all next time.